What is up, y'all? It's Bernadette Joy, your millionaire mentor, and today I am going to share seven frugal habits I will never give up no matter how much money I have. And the reason I'm sharing these with you is because a lot of people assume that just because you grow your money, you grow your wealth, that you should spend more money. And yes, I do believe in splurging on things that you really love and spending money on experiences, but there are certain things that I will just not spend more money on, and I wanted to share these with you. Tip number one is to buy the least expensive cuts of meat. Now, here is why I say this. Meat is very expensive, and especially with inflation, it's gotten even crazier. And I am a huge meat eater. I actually love eating meat. I think I'm meant to be a carnivore. I don't really enjoy vegetables, but it can get really, really pricey when you are spending, $10, $20, $30 even a pound on a good steak. So the little tip I have for you is if you're someone who likes eating meat as part of your meals, one is to cut back a little bit on the portions of it, but then look for the less expensive cuts. So for example, I love Korean short ribs. They're called kalbi, and the nice, really pretty looking ones cost $11.99 per pound. But at my local Asian grocery store, they also sell you the end cuts, which are like the not so pretty pieces, for $4 less per pound. So that's like 30% less. And with kalbi, you just end up cutting them up anyway. And so you can't even tell that they're going to be the cheaper cuts. And same thing goes with chicken. I tend to buy chicken thighs over chicken breast because it's less expensive. But also my favorite Filipino dish is chicken adobo. And it just tastes better with chicken thighs because they're juicier and they're meatier and they're also less expensive. All right. Number 2 tip is I always save the vanity kits from my hotel rooms. Now, I know that makes me sound like cheesy and kind of cheap, but I don't care because some of those vanity kits are really, really good. I love to save the shower caps, not just for my actual hair, because if you can see here, I have dyed hair, but I also use the shower caps to organize my items when I go travel. So sometimes I'll use the shower caps to be able to separate out like dirty socks versus clean socks, or I'll use it to separate my makeup items. And so the shower caps are a really great way to organize while you are traveling. And if you've ever traveled abroad, the vanity kits at some of the hotels in Asia, I tend to find to be way better than what we get here in the US. So for example, I have saved all my vanity kits from Korea because they come with a full-size toothbrush, a toothpaste, they came with hair elastics, they came with really good shampoo. And so if you ever travel abroad, those vanity kits, don't sleep on those. Those could actually be really worthwhile for your other future trips. Now, the third thing that I do, which I think most people do anyway, but I'm here to reiterate, you do not have to be ashamed of saving your old takeout containers. Specifically, if you ever get the old takeout containers that are deeper and that are really nice, actually, let me stop. Let me go find one right now. Okay, this is how you know this is not scripted or anything. So I actually have a current cookie in here right now, but this takeout container was from one of the restaurants, and I was like, ooh, this is a good takeout container. And I don't normally have Tupperware that's this size, and it's the perfect size for so many things. If you feel like you're ashamed to be holding on to extra stuff because you should not be reusing them or because it makes you seem cheap, screw that. Use the good containers and save them. And I also love using these to freeze certain things that, for example, this cookie, I'm trying to keep it longer. So I'm using these takeout containers to increase the longevity of a lot of my food. All right. Number 4 is I will use every drop of the beauty products that I buy. Now, again, this may make me sound like a cheapo, but again, I don't care because this is the stuff that's helped me get rich. Is I'm not embarrassed to say that I'm the person who will totally squeeze out every little bit of toothpaste from that tube until that tube is completely done. I saw someone who I was traveling with toss out a tube of toothpaste that if they had just squeezed it a little bit more, they probably would have gotten at least 2 or 3 more uses out of it. And instead they tossed it out and I almost passed out. Beyond the toothpaste and stuff is that I have started to invest a lot more into skincare products because specifically I have a skin condition called eczema that just doesn't work with regular over-the-counter products. And so my moisturizers and my cleansers and my toners and stuff will cost a little bit more than the average skincare, I will make sure to use every drop of those before I let those containers go. But more specifically, I've learned to just get rid of the stuff that I don't use anymore. So many of us have guilt around holding on to all of these products because we bought them one time, we wanted to try them, and then we have these full bottles of stuff that we don't really want to use anymore. Just toss them and focus on the skincare products that are best for your skin. Number 5, it's something that I don't know that everyone is really familiar with, which is I read menu items when I go out to the restaurant from bottom to top. And you can test this out. We'll put their higher ticket items first on the menu and then put the lower ticket items lower on the menu. So for example, like the steak or the salmon will be on top, and then the chicken or the sandwich will be on the bottom. And so I've just learned to read my menus from bottom to top, because usually when I go out, I'm really going out for the company. I've less gone to eat out now for the sake of convenience or for the sake of just not cooking. I go out because I want to have a full-on date night with my husband, or I want to catch up with a really good friend. And so ultimately, I still want to have great food, but I don't necessarily need to spend $30, $40, $50 on a steak when the steak sandwich for 18 bucks might make me full. So try that the next time you go out to a restaurant and see if you read top to bottom versus bottom to top, and if that changes your choice of what you're going to eat that day. All right, 2 more to go. Number 6, I got this from my mom. I cannot stop it. I still preserve the high quality shopping bags. If you go to a really nice department store, you go to a really nice specialty store and it says the brand name on it and it's like really good quality and it's very sturdy, I still stash those. Now, my mom had this big vanity mirror. If you have any of your boomer parents, have those like big ugly furniture, and she would just stash all of these paper bags that were really nice behind there, so that anytime we had to go to an event or a gift or something like that, or for Christmas, you would pull out one of those bags. Now, here's the trick, is that number 1 is I'm not ashamed to reuse bags when I give gifts to people, because people aren't there for the bag, they're there for the thing that's inside. So I used to be self-conscious about the fact that sometimes I would give a gift and the bag outside didn't match, but now I really don't care. It's just to cover up the gift so that they can have something to open. But more specifically, what I've done lately is I've been taking those same bags and I've been drawing pictures on them or writing notes on them, or taking old scrapbook paper and redesigning the bags, which has just been fun for me. So not only is that better for the environment, but I have turned my gift giving bags into a little art project every now and then. And so try that next time. If you have any good quality shopping bags, how can you use them to repurpose and maybe decorate them and make them your own? And last but not least, tip number 7 on things that I will not spend money on is I will still wear the free t-shirts to the gym. And fight me on this, but I go to yoga almost every day, and I have noticed that yoga has become a fashion show and really not about actually going to yoga. And don't even get me started on the Stanley Cups. By the way, I have a theory. The earlier in the day that a yoga class is, the fewer Stanley Cups are in class. I kid you not. I have observed this over the last couple of months. 6 a.m. class, no Stanley Cups. 6 p.m. class, all Stanley Cups. It's fascinating. I digress. So if you are someone who is just trying to get fit and you feel self-conscious because everyone around you is wearing the latest Lululemon or, the latest Fabletics, that is not the purpose of going to work out. The purpose of going to work out is to feel good about yourself and to break a sweat. And honestly, you'll break a better sweat if you don't care about what you're wearing. So I go to a lot of conferences, and I have no shame in wearing all those free t-shirts to the gym, no matter how cute everyone else looks. And so before you spend some extra money on all of those gym clothes, consider using what you have and go to the gym and just break a sweat. Do you agree with any of my frugal habits? Are any of them insane? What is a frugal habit that you have that no matter what happens and how rich you get, you're still not going to let go? I would love to hear in the comments. See you next time. If you like this video, stay tuned for more videos I post weekly on how to save, invest, and fast track your financial freedom. And if you like reading, check out my book. It's now available for pre-order in the links below. And it is called Crush Your Money Goals by Simon & Schuster and me, Bernadette Joy, available December 2024. But you can pre-order now and you will get my bonus free course when you purchase my book. See you soon.